and can work best for her. And then Dylan, he's your typical teenage boy. He plays football, he's good at what he does, and he loves what he does. But what he doesn't love is that he has to put his hands in a sweaty glove every time he forgets to deodorize them. So, since our target market is desperate to find us, we're desperate to find them. This marketing funnel is built to attract awareness and build customer relationships. It doesn't have sale at the end of it because we know that we don't have a product to sell, so we don't want to lie to our customers yet. And then as far as our advertising, this is played on our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok channels. And if you noticed, it starts with the phrase, "Are you struggling?" Now we know many high schoolers, they have self-esteem problems, and we want to target that. Because this will give them a shock, make them uncomfortable, or tell their friends about it because of how they felt about it. Now this will buy us 1 to 2 seconds to trigger a view in the algorithm and for the transition to take place so then they can see the rest of the video. Then this poster was hung up at Street Scenes. For those of you who don't know what Street Scenes is, it is a big fundraiser at Carmel holds where all the parents attend, and it's a party scene, so to say. And the QR code there goes to our website where they can easily subscribe to our emails, and then there we have their email, we can send them marketing emails. This poster was hung around the school. If you notice, it's very vague, and you can't really tell what our company is about from it. However, this is on purpose. High schoolers, you're walking down the hallways, you see club, sport, meeting. But have you ever seen help us help you and nothing else to go along with it, or just a QR code? With this, we want to trigger their curiosity and in hopes that the high school student will scan the QR code and fill out our survey, which is where the QR code goes to. So, they've seen all our advertisements. Now they're going to land on our social media page. Our social media page is our mission, website, survey, and videos for entertainment if they want to learn more about our company. And now we have our website. Our website is run through Shopify. Our website is very simplistic and minimalistic because Dylan, short attention span, and Lisa, she's busy. So we want to try to have our customers put their email in quickly with as little time as possible because we know their time is valuable. Now we have our emails. This is the final goal of our marketing funnel. Our emails build trust and they gain awareness of our company. Now we know people want to know more about the person they're talking to before they meet someone. And it goes same with the product. With this, our customers will know more about us than we do them. So this will give our customers the confidence to spend more with us and spend money with us later.
So we have recently met with 52 Launch, and they gave us a few quotes for some prices. 52 Launch, they're a company that helps you design your product and promote it and just get your startup company up and running. So the first quote they gave us was for the prototype, and they will design our prototype to our liking. That will cost us around $7,500. If we want 30 copies of the prototype, that will cost $150. The second quote was that they would make our website, do all of our marketing, and give us all the prototypes. That would cost us around $20,000. Finally, if we wanted them to do all of that, plus make us 15,000 ready to sell units, that would cost us around $38,000. So our preliminary pricing view, 52 Launch is estimated that will cost us around $2 per unit to produce, and we plan to sell our product for $19.99, and that brings our gross profit margin to 90%. On this chart right here, it shows our projected customers per month, and every month we're projected around 20 new customers per month. With all these 20 new customers per month, we'll make $360 more than the previous month. We also plan to visit local 7-on-7 tournaments to get our name out there, build trust in the football community, and make possible connections. In our future plans, we plan to connect with East Suburban Catholic Conference schools, and we could give them special deals and prizes so that their sports programs and athletes can use our club so that we can build more trust and connections in the community. Here at Incubator, gloves are restored, not replaced. Thank you for your time, and please feel free to ask us any questions.
I had one back on the manufacturing. You have the frame, and you're going to do the injection molding, but it wasn't clear. How do the media, the activated media, fit in the frame, and how does it all come together?
Can
So you had the slide with you're going to make the frame that goes in the glove.
Oh, yeah, that.
So here are two of the.
This might help with your question.
Yeah. So this is the injection molding one. You can see that down.
Okay, so you have the mesh that.
Mm-hmm. That goes around that, and then the silica's on the inside, and then this one's a 3D printed one.
And then how often do you have to replace the media?
So that's still what we're trying to test. We haven't really tested that yet, but we're thinking it's going to be around 2 to 3 weeks in order to do that. In order to like replace the material.
And the thinking is you can replace it, or you have to buy a whole new.
We're thinking that you're going to be able to replace it, but right now we just don't know at the moment. But that's still what we're looking into.
What is this product currently used for? That
So the silica beads, it's just like they just distribute it, and really anybody can really buy it. It's like you can buy it on the court, and that's what we did. So we took that, put it in a jar with some essential oil, and we let that sit. And then we put that inside of that with the mesh and the mold, and that's kind of how we just laid that out.
Why not like a spray? I feel like if I was putting on a sweaty glove, or excuse me, I take off my sweaty glove, the last thing I would want to do, I got to put in this thing.
So we found out that like this is way better because it's going to actually be able to remove the moisture rather than adding more moisture in with the spray.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Any concern, is it okay for you to like put that in the glove and then put your hand in there? Is there any issues with like an allergic reaction to whatever the beads are with or anything like that?
So that is what we're looking into again with the essential oil. If anybody has any problems with whether there's something in the essential oil that could harm them or just something that could be in the silica beads that could harm them as well.
Is it any glove?
Yeah, so
Or is it football glove, baseball
it's really
glove?
thinner gloves. So right now we're thinking about thinner gloves rather than hockey and lacrosse gloves that are like really padded. So we're doing golf gloves, football gloves, baseball gloves, just that kind of those gloves that are thinner fabrics.
so your focus are those three sports.
Currently, yes, but we're looking into doing shoes as well and also like hockey gloves and lacrosse gloves too.
Yeah, I would just. So have you guys? And this is not intended to like insult, but you have a pretty broad scope, and I know you've just narrowed it down a little, and you've done some Carmel outreach.
Yes.
Have any of you sat at the base of Wilmot Ski Resort? Ski gloves this is a huge problem for skiers. I have this problem. I have to deal with all of my kids' gloves. I am constantly spending money on new gloves because this is disgusting. So I would encourage you to put some skin in the game, sit, and you don't have a lot of time because ski season's almost over. So sit at the base of Ski Mount Ski Resort for a day, and I would get more data to give you some direction and have your prototypes. I think that would help you refine your product, refine who you're going after, and it will give you a more credible presentation at the end of the year.
Yeah, we'll definitely go do that.
So.
I think that makes sense too, because I'm guessing ski gloves are more expensive than like a golf glove. For $20, like I could probably replace my golf glove for $20. So my interest would be like, how many cycles could I use this for? Like how many golf gloves could I save by using these instead of just, buying a new one?
But ski gloves are like at least $100 a pop for
Yeah, so
good
that
ones.
feels more
And
like-
and those I wouldn't mind like throwing in your ski bag, like. So anyway.
And I think it's some of what your product offers too. It's more about the refill because I need to replace this frame. That's going to last. I'm just sticking in the glove. It's not going to wear out. It's not going to break. So maybe you have a bigger opportunity with that media that's going in there and how often does that need to be replaced. And selling that replacement is kind of that repeat sale opportunity.
So over the next couple of months, we're definitely going to keep testing that because we really just haven't had the time. We created these prototypes around 2 to 3 weeks ago after we got everything made and just everything that we could possibly get for that. So that's still what we're trying to find out how long we're going to be able to use this for and how long it's going to last.
And also, are those beads, if you can fill them in those microwave for like 3 to 5 minutes, the package said, that they can resaturate and then they'll turn blue again and then you can reuse them. So that too. So you just throw them in the microwave. It says oven, but I don't see anyone putting that in.
Maybe just one. Oh, sorry.
So go
No, after. Go ahead.
Will they come in different sizes or
So we're
contemplating
gonna
one
do a
size fit all?
small, medium, and large size for little kids, and then just people that have different size hands, obviously, because not everybody has the same size hand. And it's not just gonna be one size fits all, because I know like Ben has different size gloves than I do, and it just doesn't work out.
Maybe just one piece of feedback on the marketing piece too. Like you showed the website. I couldn't tell from the website what this was unless I really read into it. Like it was images of mountains and things like that. I loved though the football scene. Like that spoke to me right away. Like I kind of knew what the product was at that point. So just to be thoughtful about if you can create imagery that really helps you guys explain your product like real quick so I get it right away, like what this is for.
I also had difficulty knowing what the product was until those photos.
Agreed, and I think the prototype brings it to life. Like, I think we all got it when we saw those,
Yeah.
so. Thanks, guys.
Nice job, guys.
No,
Blank. I always find that interesting.
and this is his first year with the program.
Which one? Oh, I love TJ. That's so cool. I talked to TJ. Yeah. Oh, TJ's a goofy guy, yeah. How is he as a neighbor?
He's great.
Yeah.
We love them. What one might think is a small and simple product can make the biggest difference. This group of girls has put a lot of energy and effort into their product as they continue to keep people safe. Please welcome Brooke.
You decide that it's time for a night out, so you head to a bar. You grab some friends, you're having a good time. You get a drink. Little do you know that this drink might turn your happy hour upside down. We're Break. This is what we're going to be covering today. I'm Susan Slapika, Chief Design and Development Officer.
I'm Olympia Picias, Chief Marketing Officer. And I'm Vivian Brendan, Chief Financial Officer. This is Natalia. She's 22 years old and attends the University of Miami. After a long week, her and her friends decide to have a fun, carefree night out at a bar. After 2 drinks, Natalia starts to feel disorientated and not in control. As she was starting to feel these symptoms, she started to go into a panic, and she started to get very worried. So before these symptoms got worse, she went to a bouncer, someone that she thought that could help her. As she was trying to explain these words, the bouncer noticed that she was slurring her words. He told her that she's quote-unquote too drunk and escorts her out of the bar. As Natalia is walking out of this bar, she's already falling over her steps. She felt out of her body already. A man follows her out of the bar and asks Natalia if she wants a drive home. Natalia is so sedated at this point that she can no longer comprehend nor respond back to him. So he grabs Natalia and puts her into the car. The rest of the night was a blur for Natalia. The next day, she woke up in a hospital bed, lost, confused, and scared. That day, she found out that she was raped and that she was tested positive with ketamine in her system. Now, she has to live with PTSD, paranoia, and memory loss for the rest of her life. She can no longer go out and have a carefree and fun night out without thinking that this could happen to her again. And you might only think this happens to women, but it doesn't. It happens to men too. This is John. John is 25, he's a successful lawyer, and he had a really rough week. So, like anyone does, he grabs one of his friends to have a fun night out at the bar. John meets this girl, Julia. They're having a great time. They're talking. He introduces her to his friends. They're getting drinks. They're dancing. Julia suggests to go out to her place after the bar. She says, it's only 2 blocks away. You can walk. He says yes, thinking nothing of it. They share one last drink together. But after this drink, John starts to feel disorientated and dizzy. But he thinks to himself, he must have overserved himself and he would be fine. They're about a block away from the bar, and out of nowhere, a car comes and grabs John. John is now scared, he's vulnerable, and he cannot fight back. He's trying to yell out for help, but his words are slurred. The car pulls up to an ATM, and they put John at gunpoint, telling him, if you do not give me your credit card and your PIN, I'm going to kill you. John is in a life or death situation. So of course he gives them everything they ask for. John is then thrown to the side of the road. John is now alone. He's scared they can come back and kill him. He doesn't know what to do. He builds up the courage to get up and go to the nearest gas station. He calls his parents, they come get him. He then goes to the hospital, and he tests positive for rohypnol. John the next day goes to the police station to file a report. They tell him that this has been an ongoing issue and they've been trying to solve it. John could have died that night. Now he has to live in fear every time he goes out to just want to have fun at a bar.
Obviously, these situations involve drink spiking. This is what people are expected to use. Are you really going to use this in a bar? This brings us to our competitors. This is known. It's a drink spike test that takes 3 minutes after using a pipette to put 3 drops of your drink into the tester. But it's kind of embarrassing because it highly resembles a pregnancy test. Who's going to bring this out of the bar? This is Nightcap. You may have seen it or heard about it. It's on TikTok. And it is a method of prevention, not testing. So this is going to cover your drink or go into your beer so that it's going to keep anything from going inside of it. But unfortunately, methods of drink spiking involve powders and pills. That can easily be put into a straw. It can also be put into a beer because you have to open up your beer to drink it. So it's open half the time. A bar isn't a science lab, so we made it better. This is Break. It is a straw. It's a white bamboo plastic straw. When placed into a drink that is normal, it remains white. But when placed into a drink that has been spiked, it's going to shift immediately to an eye-catching color. Let's see Break in action. This is our prototype. So what it's made of, like I said, is bamboo plastic, and it's biodegradable. So it doesn't dissolve in your drink. And wrapped around it right now is a strip of litmus paper. So this is pH detecting. So it's going to detect the change in pH.
Right now we have a total of 4 customer segments. Our first ones being our responsible nightlifers. This contains ages from the age of 18 to 22. They are fresh and new to the bar scene, but they still want to be cautious when they're going out. Then we have our safety-seeking socializers. This is from the ages of 30 to 40. These are young professionals that have been and going to the bar scene, but they still want to be safe. Then we have our safety-cautious parents. These are people that are guardians and parents that care for their children and they want to make sure that they are safe. And then we have our vigilant venue owners. These are people who own bars, clubs, and event places where they want their customers to feel safe when they're in their establishment. We have our total accessible market. This is from the ages of 18 to 60, and we have about 177 million people. Then we have our total accessible market. This is from the ages of 18 to 30, and that's 45 million people. And then we have our serviceable obtainable market, and this is from the ages of 18 to 22. these are our early adopters, and this is the target that we're aiming for. How we're going to get these people is through social media platforms. So we have Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. These ages are what use these platforms the most. How we're going to get them is making a business account. They give us the opportunity to make a business account to get detailed analytics of each post we post out. So we can get who viewed our post, what gender, how many times they viewed it. We also can see who viewed it, and her doodle. To the right of me is our survey data, and we asked them what type of bags they would bring to an alarm. 50% said that they would bring a small bag. This 50% really helps us to figure out what type of size we want to make our straw, and we want to make it as accessible and transportable as it could ever be. And to the left of me, this data might not be so true because not a lot of people are very open to even asking, telling their story about people being spiked, but this is what we got from people who filled out our survey. And then these are our findings. To the right of me, these are bamboo plastic straws. These cost $26, and there's a pack of 300 in here. And to the left of me is litmus paper that is pH detecting. It's 15 feet and it costs $10.99. To make our first batch, which is 3 straws in 1 pack, costs $1 to make, and we're hoping to sell it for $3.50, which will make our profit to $2.50. And we are hoping to sell 170 batches of these in our first go. We are hoping to sell them, and we are hoping to make a profit of $425.34, which costs us only $169.66, which sounds very reasonable and very good. 6%. 6% is a really good number out of 11 million people. That's our target for selling when we first start our business. This might take a while, but this is our goal for now.
And don't forget, think before you drink. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions?
How did you test the litmus paper to make sure it worked with all the drugs?
So, we obviously don't have access to
Booze and drugs?
We actually used orange juice and isopropyl alcohol. So, orange juice has the same pH as like your average beer or wine would. Obviously, the pH is going to change with like a mixer. So we got to work that out still, but right now we know like beer, wine, beer, you know. And then all it's detecting is the change in pH. So you don't exactly need the drug itself. You just need to know if the pH is going to change. So we were kind of just adding things and seeing how it would change, and so it did work.
Yeah, I think the question is if you have the straw and you put it in the drink, the litmus paper is going to react, and then you leave it in there. Well, and then 15 minutes later, if somebody puts something in, is the litmus paper still going to react, or is it already
It
dissolved?
goes back and forth as many times as you need it to.
You can dip the litmus paper in one drink and say it has a pH of 7, and the next drink that has a pH of 2, it will change color.
And then you can go back and it's going to change back to the original color. So we're working with a lab at AbbVie that we're trying to get our product developed, because there is a way to do it. We just obviously don't have access to the way to do it. We kind of want to integrate the litmus paper into this straw, because that's going to make it it'll change however high it needs to go. So.
And is it just pH, or because I think there's probably a couple classes of drugs that you're trying to detect, and it's not. Are there other indicators besides pH that maybe you could look at, incorporate?
We were looking, and a lot of the most The factor that changes the most, and it's the most like detectable, is through pH, and that's what all of the testers do. Like if you look up on Amazon testers, they're all going to be pH testers. So you're not actually going to find something that's necessarily testing for the drug.
Do you get false positives with the pH testing? Like if I squeeze a lime in my drink or something like that, is that gonna make it look like there's
Exactly.
something?
So this is what we're going to work with advocating for, because that is part of our issue. Is again, if it's a mixer or anything that you're going to add something to, it's going to change it a bit, but it shouldn't be that drastic of a change. So adding lemon, for example, isn't going to change it from like a 3 to a 4. It's going to probably keep it at a 3, so it's only going to change a little bit. The really drastic change is when the drug is put in the drink. That's going to totally change it. So.
So is the idea to have the straw itself change in color?
Yeah.
So I noticed the initial prototype that you showed had the pH paper wrapped around. Right, okay, so, but the idea, the ultimate end game is to get the entire straw to change.
Yeah, so we would like it, especially with, also we're going to make cocktail straws, these straws, so that it's for any drink, especially.
A lot of people sometimes are a stir instead of a sipper. So just even having like a cocktail straw that people use to stir, you can still see the color change.
Yeah. So it's a method of detection that people aren't embarrassed to use, because so many of these things are they're such a big hassle to use, and people just aren't going to end up using them. But if you're using a straw already, why not have it detect your drugs too?
Are they disposable?
Yeah, they're biodegradable, disposable, but you can use it multiple times, but in only one night. So once it's going to dry out, it's not going to be usable anymore.
Okay.
We're hoping to make it though recyclable. Well, we're hoping to make it like last longer than that though. We're hoping to like figure out something that would just make it reusable until it detects the drug.
And you are thinking of different sizes. So you mentioned the
Yes.
cocktail straw, so people could maybe put it in their pocket if they're not,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a guy, for instance, or if they're not carrying a bag. Okay. Okay.
How big are the competitors? How big are those companies?
Note is like, it's relatively, it's known, but I mean, obviously most of you probably haven't heard of it.
Was that the one that has the
That's-
cloth?
No, Note is the first one, so that's your test.
Okay.
There's a method of testing, and then there's the method of prevention, which is nightcap. That is definitely more common. But then again, the issue is it's not a test, it's just a cover, which.
And people the ages that our target is 18 to 22, they don't want to bring a cap to put over their drink because it almost looks like they're paranoid and people might get the wrong impression. These days, like kids 18 to 22 are our age care about what other people think a lot. So coming in with a cap over your drink, it's gonna give off the wrong impression. People might judge you. You might feel judged.
So I'm going to a bar tomorrow with my friends, and I'm wondering, would I ever bring a straw myself to go out with friends?
We're actually hoping to sell them like when we launch. We're hoping like if it really does become a big thing, we're hoping to sell them at bars as well. Sell them to bars or sell them at bars.
Yeah, because a bar doesn't want their patrons that happening to their patrons either, or at least they shouldn't. So I love the problem you're trying to solve. I just, I'm thinking like, what would be the best approach in terms of who you're selling to? Plus, they are the ones who buy a lot of straws.
So that's exactly what we're trying to do. Getting into the venues was like one of the first things we were thinking about, rather than straight to consumer. So it's probably going to be a little bit of both, but I think that is a huge aspect that we have to be able to sell it directly to them. So
Yes.
Can you print it? Like if you want to put a brand on there, to like co-brand with a liquor brand, something like that.
Yeah. We're hoping to like also have them not just at bars,
Good
but also at concerts. It happens a lot. Like I had a situation where I was with my mother actually one time. I was 10 years old. I was at a concert with her and she got spiked in front of me. Didn't know that happened, but so that's like another reason why we want this to.
And this is like, we chose this topic because all three of us have
I think it's cool. I like the, you know, how it's just more hidden than some of the other ones. The other ones are like, I'm not going to be like a chemist at the bar, right? But you drop a straw in there. I think that's real conceivable.
One last great point is, obviously, you're in a bar, you're drinking, something like a test, you're not going to remember to do, like, to test your drink if you're a couple drinks in. So seeing this, like, dramatic color change is going to be way more alerting to you, way more alerting to other people around you. You're going to be able to be like, why is my straw blue instead of white? So, yeah. Any other questions?
Cool.
Yeah, good job. I do think about it sometimes. It's not like actually, I'm not.
I know, like,
I just think like guys.
I just had a friend say last year, their friend were in RS at test, and they're in their 40s.
Yeah.
3 cents for JSL, please.
Which is just TS.
Maybe that is
Literally,
just
yeah.
like a huge indicator based on the idea.
Thank you, Brent. And the next group, we have school. Courtney Martinez is their mentor, and she is the Chief People Officer at Louisville Mounties Pizzeria. This is her first year with the program and has a son who is part of the program as well. Don't let this group fly by. They'll know how to pull on your heartstrings. Please welcome Stork.
Alright, who here is a parent? Do you remember those late nights after a long day of work, tired, and you had to tend to the baby, and you want to go to bed, but you're overwhelmed with stress and anxiety because you can't get your baby to sleep, and you went to go change his diapers, but you reach in the cabinet and you realize you had just forgotten. Good morning, we are Stork, and this is everything we're going to be going over today, and I am Caden Thomas, the Chief Executive Officer.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Jerry Carollo, your Chief Financial Officer.
Good morning, I'm Brady Del Carmen, I'm our Chief Marketing Officer.
I'm Elijah Stolark, and I'm the Chief Productions Officer. This is Haley Adams. She is a 31-year-old new mom who works as a teacher at Carmel Catholic High School, whose husband also works a full-time job. Her average day consists of lots of stress, quality control, and time management issues. So as you can imagine, she spends most of her long nights taking care of her child and making sure that she is healthy and safe. So when she wakes up in the morning, she's already tired, and she has to tend to both herself and her 3-month-old, which really takes a toll on her stress levels. On her way to work, she has to drop off her child at daycare and then rush to work to make sure that she's on schedule. And when she's actually at work, she's constantly worrying about and checking up on her child when she would like to be working. Towards the end of her workday, she grades assignments and responds to emails, and after all that, she can finally go home and rest. But then, the realization hits her. She forgot to buy diapers.
Every parent is going to face these 3 problems: time management, stress, and quality and quantity of products. First off is time management. Time management is a big issue throughout the world, but with the study showing from Flex Shops that over 56% of employed parents have time management problems, even when it comes to their children. This can come from work, lack of time, or improper time management, and this can take a toll on their family life, social life, and their mental health. Number 2 is stress. Stress is a problem that everybody will face, but especially parents, with 48% of new parents having overwhelming stress levels and 61% of total parents having increased stress rates. This can take a toll on your physical health and a huge toll on your mental health. And number 3 is quality and quantity of products. With a study from the Early Learning Nation showing that 46% of parents have problems buying good quality products for their children. The solution to these problems is that we created a baby product delivery subscription service that delivers a curated package of your choice to your door on a basis of your choice. With our service, we'd like to include a wide variety of options and products based on price and quality, while still trying to focus on time management and convenience. Something to be able to take as much time and as much stress off your day as possible, even if it's just something as enjoying your morning coffee in peace.
This is Mrs. Adams' curated package. It consists of things that you normally see in one of our baby packages, such as diapers, baby wipes, and baby formula, but it also includes things that are more personalized and fit towards Mrs. Adams' baby, such as a baby shower kit and ceiling spray.
Currently in front of us, this is the box we have. This is the Miss Adams curated package. So as you can see in the box, we like to evenly distribute space for everything while keeping pink and blue baby tissue paper, just so to add a little more vibrant colors to our box.
Now, first-time parents are navigating through the world of baby products for the first time. They may feel overwhelmed. They may feel overwhelmed, and a subscription can help them get rid of that tension. Busy parents are parents often with multiple children, or they work long hours, and a baby product subscription service will help them get rid of those not so great feelings. And now, health-conscious parents is one that's starting to trend up. Health-conscious parents are interested in products like organic, all-natural, and chemical-free. So we will provide those products for those types of parents.
So for our total addressable market, our service addressable market, and our service obtainable market, here's what we found. For our total addressable market, our baby care products are typically used up to around age 3 years old. Through census, we found that 10% of all American households have children under the age of 3. This comes out to 8 million total households throughout the U.S. that could use our service. For our service addressable market, we sent out surveys through our target market. These surveys asked a variety of questions, one of which being pretty straightforward: would you utilize storage? 50% of our target market came back saying yes, we would utilize this service. This 50% cuts our original estimate down to a more realistic 4 million total potential customers throughout the U.S. Now for the panel, by a show of hands, who here belongs to any subscription service at all? Perfect. Now raise your hands again if you've ever heard of or know of Chewy.com. Perfect, thank you. For those of you who don't know what Chewy.com is a subscription-based delivery service for pet care and pet products. Likewise, we are a subscription-based delivery service for baby care and baby products. Seeing the similarity, we look to use Chewy.com as a viable resource for our future business model. For our service obtainable market, the Midwest takes up around 20.5% of the entire United States. This comes out to around 1.6 million total families throughout just the Midwest that could use our service. Although we don't look to scale nationally right off the bat, we do look to scale throughout the Midwest within our first year of service. Ways to speak and communicate with our audience. TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook are all large social media platforms with many young and upcoming influencers on the rise today. Meet the Chavez family. The Chavez family is a family of 7 with 2 parents ages 27 and 28. They have 5 children, 2 of which are under the age of 3, and they have twins on the way. They could use storage. We look to reach out to the Chavez family and other influencers similar to them, tell them what we offer to them, and look for marketability and what they can offer for us in the future.
Now for our revenue, our company will be running off a subscription-based service. So every single month, the initial price will renew. Now we acknowledge that everyone who uses a subscription eventually has to cancel. And through our source called Retail Drive, we found that 40% of the U.S. population that have subscriptions end up canceling. In fact, 60% cancel within just 3 months. So using this as Adam's Box as an example, we will have 20 customers from our survey that will purchase our $99 package, which brings our annual revenue to $24,000. Now we will be taking 5% out of that $24,000 to place into a cash reserve. Our reasoning behind this, we want to always be prepared for an unfortunate situation to occur so that we have money to back up the problem, which brings our annual revenue down to $22,800.
So far, we found if we were to open up our service within the first month, we would have 20 customers, 7 of which being new parents and 13 being paternal parents. Currently, we have the Miss Adams curated package, which is just a prototype. Unfortunately, the company we were working with, we came up with some issues with the delivery process, and we're not able to get our finalized box for today, but that's something we are hoping to get done within the next week. Currently, I've been working on a website with Shopify for the past 3 weeks, but unfortunately was not able to complete it before today. That's something that I've been looking forward to complete in the next 2 to 3 weeks. With our website, we'd like to include a little bit about us, including our mission, our vision statements, some charities we work with, and we'd also include the wide variety of options, varieties of products, and preset packages we would have to offer on our website. As you can see right here, in the corner, there's a QR code that takes you to our Instagram page.
As for what makes us different, when it comes to our company, we plan on including a loyalty program similar to the Starbucks Stars program. For those of you who don't know, every dollar spent is 1 star earned. And we also plan on donating to charities such as Keeping Families Covered, which is located in Waukegan, Illinois. And when it comes to our actual box, we plan on including a free baby book with every other package ordered. And we also plan on having preset packages based off the height, weight, and age of the child.
Thank you guys for your time. Is there any questions?
Are there any competitors? I mean, I've heard of BarkBox and Chewy, but are there
Yeah,
competitors
so
in this space?
With our company, we don't really have any, what would say they're direct competitors
Okay.
because we're a one-to-one service. But our indirect competitors would be something like Walmart Plus, Target, Amazon, something that you could just go online, click and deliver, and it come right to your door. But there is no, to our knowledge, any direct full competitors that we have to service with.
You mentioned people cancel their subscription.
Correct.
I have a 5-month-old, so this is good timing. But so the products would change with her growing up. Have you thought about different stages of life, like a 3-month package for more baby, like
so
newborns, and then?
It's going to be more personalized because obviously everybody gets older. So, like, they're going to adjust. They have access to adjust their package of what they want in it. So, like, the older they get, maybe they're not going to need diapers when they're 3, 4 years old. So, the customers are going to be the ones adjusting what they want in their package until they eventually are forced to cancel it because their child's to a toddler now rather than a baby.
So why choose you guys over Amazon or Target, who I could just kind of click what I want and like ship it right to the house?
With us, the reason we'd like to think for you to choose us over Amazon is with us, it's something that you don't have to constantly think about. It's something that you don't have to go to those late night, last minute store runs at midnight or 2 in the morning when you don't want to, and you just want to be in your bed sleeping. It's just more about a convenience thing compared to you have to go on your phone online, order everything separately, compared to everything comes to your door and it just shows up right there and it just comes right to your mouth.
Can I add in there too? Basically all you guys said you know over Chewy.com, right? So for all you that belong to it, you get your whatever dog or cat food, you don't think about it. So that's more of our you're getting your baby products and you never have to think about it. You don't have to run out to the store like you said.
Who's doing the fulfillment? Like, who's stuffing the boxes? And where are you getting those products?
Alright, so we have like preset packages based off, like I said, the height, weight, and age, and that'll just make things simpler. But our prototype, we just like ran out and bought the products, and we also plan on like filling the tissue paper and like just making it kind of just covered with our branding. Obviously, we're thinking to get our finalized package yet, but that's kind of like the direction we want to head towards.
Have you guys thought about like a registry or something like that, where this could be a cool gift for new parents to get? So you could kind of offer this through, I don't know how you do it exactly, but like a registry gift, right? That's what I would give for a new baby or something.
Yeah, aside from looking at it from our target market, there's also a thing like the parents can give it to their children that are having kids, like grandparents. So there's gifting side and there's also our target market purchasing version.
Did you go over how much, like, say, a sample package or 2 would cost?
With our boxes, it's going to range because it's a personalized package. So for you, maybe you want only $50 worth of items, and then somebody else would have $120 worth of items. But we would include preset packages based on pricing. So we can have maybe like the Miss Atmosphere package, for example. It's not what you would say seasonal, but it's more of stuff that you would kind of have a higher demand in the winter, like baby lotion and nasal spray and saline spray, because it's the winter and it's dry season. So even something like that, just based on the bulk and the quality and the quantity in the package, depends on the price.
Does the $100 subscription fee cover the product then, or is that just the service?
That's just a service, so it's just a one-time purchase. So if you purchase our $100 fee, then you have access to our every single thing about our service for the rest of until you cancel.
Have you contacted any of the products you plan to put in the box?
We've got in contact with a few companies, but unfortunately they have not reached back to us. Like we have gotten in contact with a couple small, really small, like high quality products, but nothing too big that you would see like an industrial.
So it's $100 initial. Is there a monthly fee? Oh,
Yeah, $99 package, and if you want, maybe you don't need as many diapers the following month, you would reduce that quantity of diapers you want, so it can maybe go down to a $50 package, rather than paying $100 for diapers that you don't really need, you have too much inventory of.
What?
This example package costs $60, and now pretty much our $100 fuel covers pretty much all like the shipping and all of that, so we won't really have to worry about that.
Are you guys in it for the long run? I mean, I assume you don't have children. So why did the four dudes come up with this product?
Yeah, we're looking at it. We're really looking at it in the long run.
Check out the company Love Every. It's developmental toys for each month of a baby. It's a similar model. This is different because it's products that you're using, and you put food in there, or
He just ran to the restroom. He'll be back. You can start.
Thank you, Sword. And the next group we have Elvis. Their mentor is Joel Reed, and he is a serial entrepreneur and current agency owner of Reed Agency Finance Insurance. This is Joel's second year part of the program, doubling between an incubator and accelerator group, and we thank him for returning again, offering his assistance. Keep your eyes on the ball. This group will hit you with a good swing. Please welcome Elvis.
Two-thirds of golfers have experienced forgetting their club behind on the previous hole during a round of golf. Hello, we are Elvis, a golf accessory company whose goal is to elevate your club and decrease its forgettability. Let's meet the team. My name is Kevin Murphy.
I'm Preston Down.
I'm Edward Cunningham.
And I'm Anthony Nino.
And we are Team Elvis.
This is our mentor, Joel Reed. He is obviously a farmer's agency, and he's been a big help throughout this entire process. He has provided great evidence, great advice. He was also providing great contacts, especially the Robert Trent Jones golf trail, which I'll mention later on.
Picture this. It's a nice, warm, sunny day in the middle of June with a nice cool breeze. Nothing sounds better than going outside and experiencing this weather with your favorite sport. So imagine golfing with a ton of your buddies at your favorite golf course. But there's one problem in the golf industry that occurs that there isn't a clear solution for. That is, typically when you're nearing the end of your hole, as a casual or amateur golfer, you have a cart, and you have a bag with all your clubs in the back of the cart. And many end up taking their wedge and putter to go finish out the round. Many end up chipping with their wedge and laying their wedge in grass that is significantly longer than the grass in the green, and then end up finishing the round with putting. Many go back to their cart, and in the midst of distractions and focus on the game, they end up forgetting their wedge completely and entirely, because it is out of sight and out of mind. So we pioneered a solution for this.
So as Preston said, we have created a solution to elevate your wedge and increase its visibility. We've done this by attaching a small clip directly to the shaft of your wedge, along with two small legs to keep it propped up, all while keeping it pocket friendly. We have also decided to add a magnet to the back so you can attach it to your golf cart for easy accessibility. And right here is a design we made on a CAD software that is ready to be sent to manufacturers for production. And here's a closer look at our design. We have our two small ergonomic legs with our magnet on the back so you can attach to your golf cart for easy accessibility. And the clip right here that will directly attach to the shaft of your wedge.
So we have 5 main customer segments or target markets. So our first one is amateur golfers or casual golfers, or the forgetful foursome. These are golfers who just golf casually on the weekends and may not have mastered just like tracking their clubs because they're really just doing it for fun. And then next up we have senior golfers. These are golfers who may experience some forgettability or may actually have back problems and wouldn't like to bend over for 18 holes to just pick up their club. Next up, we have busy professional golfers. These are golfers who golf mainly just for corporate and networking events and are just trying to make deals and connections, but don't really golf as much. So they could lose track of their clubs very easily in the midst of just like trying to make deals. And with the people that they're golfing with, they're not very comfortable with because they're just meeting them. And so it could cause them to experience more distractions. Next up, we have golf league players. These are the players that are more focused on their game and keeping their scores low. And so it's easy to lose track of their clubs because they're focused on just their score itself. Next up, we have gadget-loving golfers. These are golfers who will practically buy anything that, or like any accessories that are associated with golf just because they love new technology.
Moving on, we have our competition. When we first started this, there was a pre-existing solution that was very similar to the product that we showed in our CAD. However, it was too big. It was not pocket friendly, and it was hard to carry around. Sorry. And the plastic was too rigid, and the clip was too small, making it difficult to actually attach onto our wedge. So we wanted to make it better, sleeker, and pocket friendly. Then moving on to, if we actually go to their website now, and you go, T-Golf is the company, and you go to the name of the product that was similar to ours, T-Caddy, it's not even listed on their website anymore. It leads you to a page not found. Looking at our indirect competition, there are other solutions that people use to make their golf club more visible or to keep it propped up, like the taller golf club stands. But this is around 3 to 4 feet in height, and is not something that you want to have to be carrying around with you while you're playing. Another solution that people have are colored grips for their clubs. However, when we decided that this was a problem, we wanted to make something that would elevate your club, keeping it out of the tall grass and making it more visible.
So by clipping the stand onto your wedge and increasing your visibility, it ultimately leads you to never forget your wedge, all while keeping it pocket friendly. Along with the stand comes a magnet attached to the bag, so you can attach it to your golf cart for easy accessibility.
So we interviewed many amateur and casual golfers, and we found out that 96% of these golfers have lost their wedge at some point in time in their life, and 89% of these golfers experience extreme frustration because of this. It's also important to note that 82% of these golfers have golfed with a cart at some point in time in their life, and 96% of these golfers said they'd be willing to purchase our product.
Moving on to our market opportunity, there's 25 million golfers in the United States, of which 44% are between the ages of 35 and 65. We want to target this because we think that the younger golfers might not have as much expendable income and wouldn't be as willing to buy our product. And we also think that the senior golfers might have some old habits and might not be as willing to adopt a new one. 77% of the golfers in the United States are male, and we think that we should target this at the start just because it's something that we think we would be able to be more relatable to and market towards better. Then moving on, 65% of golfers have actually voiced about that they've forgotten a club behind on a previous hole, and then 54% of golfers have bought online in the past year, which for our starting phase of our business, we think would be important for selling online. And then if we want to focus even more locally, there's a little over 1 million golfers in Illinois, so that would cut it down to that 5% there. And then moving on, you see for our estimated sales, you see a peak in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th months. This is because as it gets warmer in the northern states, golf courses start to open more and more people will be outside ready to play. However, we still have the baseline sales, which would be lower but still there during the winter months due to the southern states that would still have courses open. Then these are some of the manufacturers we've been working with. You may recognize 2 of them, 52 Launch and Jackson Eden. We actually learned about these just very recently, so we're still open to considering them. However, the other 2 that we're looking at are Zhongde and Chinese plastic manufacturing groups. We think these would be cheaper options for us for getting our starting inventory, and we're in the process of getting quotes from them now.
Now for our market go-to strategy. We have two ways of selling to our customers, but here you can actually see three. So the blue segment, which encompasses 7% of our respondents to the survey that was previously shown, that is for in-person stores like X Golf or other stores that sell products. The orange segment is wait, let me go back for a second. The stores, we're deciding not to sell to them because that's just the smallest percentage, and we want to get as many people as possible early on so that we can maximize our traction and then just start the ground running. Now back to the orange. That's the golf courses, which I will talk about later. And the red is the website, 57%. And we decided to sell online because that allows us to target basically any golfer, even though we are trying to target more domestic currently right here in Illinois. And we decided also, in addition to that, the website can be good to get feedback on our prototype in addition to products, and maybe even get ideas for different products from customers that want to suggest stuff. And now, golf courses. So we decided to sell to golf courses because that allows us to get a lot of influence. For example, let's say we sell to White Deer Run or Vernon Hills Golf Course. There's a lot of golfers in Illinois, like Kevin mentioned, the 5% in the United States. And if we can, for example, put like a little QR code up and then get the golf course to ask the customer to scan it, and they would be led to our website where we would sell our products on the website, and then the company or the golf course would get a percentage of the profits made from that since they were working with us to sell the product. Current